the breaking news that the regional carrier Flybe has announced its collapse and is ceasing operations effective immediately.
Big shock for a lot of people, that, I think. Joining us this morning is the travel correspondent for The Independent, Simon Calder. Simon, this must be totally unexpected, this news. What does this mean to the aviation industry in general, but to all of the hundreds, thousands of people that were wanting to travel with Flybe?
Well, yes, I have a great deal of sympathy for the thousands of people booked today to fly on Flybe who are now having to make other plans. Do not go to the airport is the message from the Civil Aviation Authority. But also, of course, for the hundreds of staff who are waking up to discover the airline they worked with until yesterday no longer exists. It's not, though, Angela, a huge surprise. Let me explain why. Basically, Flybe Mark 1 went spectacularly bust in March 2020, just at the start of the COVID pandemic. They had over 2,000 staff who lost their jobs, very sadly, at a time when aviation was just going into the worst of all possible declines, and tens of thousands of passengers. Now, they burned through £100 million worth of investors' cash during the last year of the Flybe Mark 1. One of those investors, an American company called Cyrus Capital, believed that they could actually make a go of the business. So they started it up again, began flying from Birmingham to Belfast City last April. But since then, well, I'm afraid all the decent routes that Flybe originally had have been snapped up by Logan Air, by Eastern Airways, British Airways, Aer Lingus, EasyJet, which meant there were very few profitable pickings for Flybe. They never acquired the brand loyalty, the high passenger loads that they needed to survive. And so therefore, unfortunately, while this is going to annoy an awful lot of passengers and upset, quite understandably, a lot of staff, I think the staff will be quickly snapped up by other airlines, and indeed, so will the passengers.
Well, where are you? But where are you, Simon? You're sitting in the back of the cab
I'm just crossing
somewhere.
the Galata Bridge in Istanbul, yes. But I have, unlike other people who've been in video, I do have my seatbelt on, and everything is going very safely, and I'm not driving either.